Hello and welcome back to Books with Beth, and I have also got my returning guest, Tony Tiger. So I put my last video up a while ago and I wanted to say thanks so much to everyone who took the time to send me a nice message about it, and I thought today I would film another book for you. And today I have got this book. It's called Mog and the Vet, and it's by Judith Kerr. Tony, I think you're going to like this book because it's got another cat in it. Let's go. So it's got a dog and Mog the cat and a little parrot. Looks like they're saying hello to each other. I wonder what's going to happen, Tony. Let's start at the beginning. One day, Mog was trying to catch a butterfly. She jumped high in the air. She jumped and jumped. Suddenly, something happened to her paw. It was very sore. She smelled it. It was still sore. Then she licked it, but it was still sore. She tried to walk on it, but it was very, very sore. Mog thought, I've got 3 other paws. I'll just walk on them instead. What's the matter with Mog? Said Nicky. Debbie said, I think she's got a sore paw. Poor Mog, said Mr. Thomas. Let me see. But Mog wouldn't let anyone see her paw. It was too sore. Look how sad she looks, Tony. She looks deeply upset. Have a look. Very, very sad. I would be sad too if I got something stuck in my hand. Oh dear, said Mrs. Thomas. If it's no better tomorrow, she'll have to go to the V.E.T. She said V.E.T. instead of vet, so that Mog wouldn't understand. Mog hated going to the vet, but Mrs. Thomas thought she probably couldn't spell. Can you spell, Tony? I thought you could. Tony's very clever. That evening, Mog did not want to eat her supper because her paw was too sore. It was so sore that she couldn't sleep. In the morning, she did not eat her breakfast. There must be something really wrong with her if she's not eating her breakfast, Tony. Breakfast is the best meal of the day. She just lay on the floor feeling sad. Oh dear. Suddenly, she was not on the floor anymore. Mrs. Thomas had picked her up. Mog thought, what's happening? It's rude to pick me up without asking me first. Wonder where she's going. I've got a feeling. Then she was in a basket. But it was not her proper basket. It was a nasty basket that shut her in. Mog did not like that basket. She meowed a big meow. Debbie said, it's all right, Mog. We're taking you to have your paw made better. But Mog just wanted to get out of the basket. Then they were in the car. It made a big noise and all the houses and trees and people rushed past outside. Mog knew that was not right. She meowed and meowed. At last, the houses stopped rushing past and suddenly Mog was in a room. Look at this, Tony. What room is it? It's the waiting room. She's at the V.E.T. It was a room with lots of other animals. Mog thought, I knew it. I knew it. This is the place I hate. And she meowed more than ever. The other animals were sitting quietly with their people. They were surprised to hear Mog make so much noise. Who else can you see in the picture? We've got a dog, a hamster, another dog, a parrot, and another dog at the end. Poor Mog, look. She's meowing a really big meow. It's all right, Mog, said Debbie. It's all right, Mog, said Nicky. It's all right, Puss, said the nurse. But Mog wouldn't stop meowing. After a while, the other animals thought perhaps Mog knew something they didn't. The dogs began to bark. The parrot began to squawk. Even the hamster said, "Eek, eek." They made so much noise that the vet came to see what was happening. "Oh, it's Mog," said the vet. "I thought it might be. Perhaps I'd better see her first." Are you this noisy when we go to the vet, Tony? He's a good dog. Mog suddenly thought she liked the shopping basket. After all, the vet tried to look at her, but it was very difficult. "Perhaps this way will be easier," said the vet. He's taken her out of the basket. "There," said the vet at last. "Now let's have a look at that paw." He did something very quickly. Then he said, "All done." She had a nasty thorn in her paw. And look, here it is. Who'd have thought, Tony? Did you think it was that? Oh, you did? Oh, you're super still on. Now I'll just give her a little pill and... Ow, said the vet. "Oh, Mog," said Debbie. "I'm so sorry," said Mrs. Thomas. "Watch out for that cat," shouted the vet. "Quick, catch it," shouted the nurse. "I'll catch it," thought a big dog. "And I'll catch it too," thought a little dog. "But I'll catch it first," thought a third dog. Look, they're all chasing after Mog. 1 dog, 2 dog, 3 dog. Oh no, look! Mog's accidentally pushed over that old lady and the parrot's coming out of his cage. And look, she's banged into the person on the chair with the hamster. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. "Heel, sit, stay, come back," shouted the dog's people. But the dogs took no notice. "They're all going wild," shouted the nurse. The hamster got mixed up in the wild rush. The vet got mixed up in it too. "Stop! We can't have animals going wild," said the vet. The dog's people all shouted, "Heel, sit, stay, and come back," again, and after a while, the dogs stopped. "Come on, Mog," said Nicky. "You're a very silly cat. Back in your basket," said Debbie. Poor Mog. I think she just didn't want to go to the vet in the first place, did she? It's a bit scary. "Goodbye," said the vet. "I think she'll be all better in the morning after a good night's sleep." Good night's sleep can fix a lot of things, can't it, Tony? And that night, Mog did have a good sleep. But the vet did not have a good sleep. Why do you think he didn't have a good sleep, Tony? Oh, a very chaotic day at the vet's that day. Don't think I would have had a good sleep either. The vet had a dream. It was a dream about wild animals. Look, all of the animals are at the vet. And look who is on that page. Is it who I think it is? Tony Tiger in the book. But you didn't know you were famous, Tony. We've got a tiger. Oh no, the tiger's hurt his tail. We've got a lion sticking his tongue out. We've got a bear. Oh dear, the bear's got a bandage on his head. Must have banged his head. We've got a crocodile. Oh, he's got a plaster on and he's crying. Who else have we got? Oh, we've got a very sad panda. That might be the saddest panda I've ever seen in my whole life. What a sad panda. Oh, and lots of other animals and a koala bear. Can you see the koala bear? Hiding away on that door. Oh dear. Do you think the vet's dreaming, Tony? That all those wild animals are at his surgery? And he's going to have to sort them all out. Would you like to try and mend that bear? Oh heck. Oh, look at Mog's dream. That's a completely different dream, Tony. Oh, Mog had a dream too, but it was a lovely dream. Mog dreamt that she was a butterfly. Now that is a nice dream. Look. There she is. Beautiful. Beautiful book. And she looks very happy on this page. I remember at the beginning of the book, Mog wasn't very happy because Mog had hurt her paw. But now that she's fixed and she's all better, she's the happiest cat in the world. Very, very happy cat. What a nice dream. And in the morning, her paw was no longer sore. It was not sore when she licked it. It was not sore when she walked on it. It was not sore when she jumped up high. She was better. She was all better. She was totally, completely better. And look, they're having the breakfast. And they're having the breakfast in the garden. That's a nice thing to do. It's fun to have breakfast in the garden. And the vet was almost better too. After his bad dream. Well, that was it. Oh, look at the back. There's a picture of the vet and his dog above his bed. That's nice. That was a fantastic book. I really enjoyed reading that book with you, and I know that Tony did too. Tony, what was your favourite part of the book? Oh, the part when you were in it. I thought you'd say that. I liked the bit about the wild animals too. And I also liked the bit, let me find it. I like when they have breakfast in the garden. I enjoyed that bit. Like the other video that I did, I've also set a couple of activities that you might like to do after listening to this video. So a couple of things that I was thinking that you might like to do at home. At the beginning of the book, Mog was very, very sad. Look, let's look at how sad she was. So sad. I want you to have a think about what helps you when you are feeling sad. It might be talking to somebody, it might be going and running around outside, anything that you can think of, what makes you feel really, really happy. Also, how can you cheer up a friend who's feeling sad? Maybe you could give them a hug, maybe you could talk to them, maybe you could ask them if they want to play a game with you. There's lots and lots of different things. Another activity I thought you might like to do would be drawing Mog. Let's find a good picture. You might enjoy drawing this picture of Mog. And she's dreaming of being a butterfly. Up here. I like a butterfly wings pink. I would go for blue butterfly wings. What colour butterfly wings would you go for? Maybe you could draw yourself with some butterfly wings. You could draw you and Mog with the butterfly wings. Another thing that I thought you could do is look at all the different words that Judith uses to describe Mog in the book. Can you think of any others off the top of your head? Because there's lots of different words, because Mog is very funny. I love the Mog books. Another activity that you could do is look at all the wild animals in the vet's dream and think about what might happen next in the dream. What is the vet going to do? He's having a really good think, but what is he going to do about all those wild animals? What would you do if you were the vet? what could happen next? Another thing I thought you might like to do. Here. Can you make up a story including all of the animals at the vet? So remember, there was 3 dogs. 1, 2, 3. 3 dogs. 1, 2, 3. There was the parrot, and there was the hamster, and of course there was Mog. Can you think of a story involving all of those animals? Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you for my next book. Bye!